Hello everybody and welcome to the AMX 30. Whoa! I don't know what was I doing, but don't mind that. Well, back to it. This is the AMX 30 PROT. It's a very fast medium tank with a good frontal armor, decent frontal armor, and a good camouflage as well, very good spotting ability and a decent gun. This is technically a light tank, a little bit armored with a better gun and better alpha and etc. All the medium advantage. So I get in this position on the C so I can stop the mediums and as well a heavy for some reason from flanking my heavies on the city. So as the T-55A peaks so he can shoot me, he gets clapped by my tank destroyer behind me and put another shell into him, putting him on one shell, and as the M41 flanks my tank destroyer off or back and put one pixel shell on the front of his armor, taking him off. And that's exactly what's good about the AMX 30 PROT. Did you see that traverse speed? Up to 23 kilometers traverse speed. That's how flexible this tank is. I got the chance to fall back before the M41 gets in cover, put a shell into him, and then get back into the position I was in so I can help my tank destroyer. So I flank the VK and put my adrenaline on and I get set on fire. And this is like the only thing that I hate about this tank, because it gets set on fire way too much every time you get shot in the engine. And now I do remember that I got shot from this place, so I'm just gonna blind shot, and oh my lord, by miracle somehow I bounce the WC exactly as I turn to the right side. He shoots my tracks, which is technically an auto ricochet on that angle, and surviving a hit from the WC. That's not the side armor of this tank being good. That was just lucky, so don't think that you can sidescribe with this tank, because you cannot. And now I got pushed by the Cannon Jagdpanzer. I was thinking of outflanking him, but I do remember that this tank is quite fast, so it's not a good idea to try to flank this tank. So all I'm gonna do is keep him spotted for the Waffenträger on my right so he can keep shooting him. So that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep close to him and keep proxy spotting him as long as he's close to me by 50 meters. So I'm just gonna keep distracting him. I thought he turned around to shoot my teammate, but he turned around to shoot me again. But exactly as I shoot him, my teammate peeks on him from behind and finishes him off when there is only one last target to get, which is the Waffenträger. And look at that accuracy. This tank is actually quite accurate while moving, and this is why it's one of my favorite fast mediums, because even while moving on 60 kilometers, it's still a very accurate tank. So a cracking game for the AMX 30 prototype, getting a class 1 and a patrol duty for technically damage spotting 3 enemies, because we do got about 2,500 spotting damage with the brothers in arms and a 3,500 damage with a pretty decent profit, 120k credits. But the fun does not end here. So after killing a Centurion behind, which you did not see because it wasn't that interesting, I'm trying to flank the heavies and the medium tanks from behind, and look at that speed, 60 kilometers per hour, and as well the armor. This armor is actually really effective frontally, especially when you play against tier 8s and equal medium tiers. But don't try to bounce anything on tier 10, it never works. And oh, it is the Waffenträger, the famous paper tank destroyer. I could have shot high explosives at first, but I decided to not, because as we all know, high explosives does not go through object, and right now I'm just getting clapped by these two players. So I'm gonna get behind this hill and hide my lower plate and only show my turret and upper plate, because the Panther would never penetrate it. And oh my lord, exactly just before the Waffenträger shoots, I put a shell into him, and my platoon, the WZ, put another shell before he claps me, taking the kill of the E50, sending him back to the garage. And right now we're just about having fun, giving a little ram damage to the T-54 lightweight, and another shell on the side of the yaw, and just keep distracting him from my teammates. Wait till I reload and put a shell, and it ricochets up to the turret of the yaw, finishing him off. And there you go. This is the AMX 30B. It's a fast, medium, reliable when it comes to flanking, spotting, a decent gun, not the greatest, pretty accurate, but the DPM and the penetration and the aiming time is the one that making this gun pretty bad. The only thing is good about it is the dispersion and how controllable it is. But the biggest question, do I recommend this tank for you? If you are a professional medium player, I do recommend it for you, but right now it's in the shop for the price of £18, which I think is probably like $21 or so, maybe $20, I'm really not sure, which is a high price for a tier 9, especially not that great of a competitive. So all I'm gonna tell you right now, do not buy it. It's too expensive for the tank, even it's a very fun and a good tank, but I would say wait for a better price, a better deal, then go for it. But the video does not end here, because it's not going to be a good tutorial video if I do not show you how to equip the tank properly. So let's focus only on the important stuff. You're going to need a gun rammer, because the DPM on this tank quite sucks. Stub laser, because you're going to be running all over the map and you need to keep that dispersion on control while moving. And don't forget to get a protective kit, because this tank gets set on fire quite a lot. I mean a lot. Every time you get shot on the engine, you get set on fire automatically. So this is all I have for this video. This was Freak vibing with you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in another one.